There's one ancient tool that changed everything for humans, and it wasn't the spear or the axe or even fire. It was this simple device right here, the most important invention in human history. So why is it so important? Well, without it, we wouldn't be able to survive. Humans first started using tools about 2.6 million years ago, when our ancestors discovered that rocks could be used as weapons and for protection. But these early humans still had a problem. They couldn't control their environment, they couldn't produce their own food, and they had no way of defending themselves against the changing seasons. All of this changed about 12,000 years ago when humans invented agriculture. This allowed them to stay in one place and grow their own food instead of having to move around and find food. They could also store food for the winter and other times of the year when there was no fresh food available. This meant that humans no longer had to worry about going hungry, and because they weren't constantly on the move, they were able to build permanent homes and even raise livestock. Agriculture also led to the development of new technologies such as irrigation and plows, which made farming easier and more efficient. These innovations allowed humans to produce even more food, and they also led to the growth of cities and the start of civilization. But agriculture wasn't the only thing that humans invented during this time period. They also developed new ways to protect themselves, such as bows and arrows and shields. They also developed new weapons such as swords and spears, which they used to defend their crops and livestock from animals. These technological advancements allowed humans to thrive in a variety of environments, and it also led to the development of some of the world's first great empires. For example, the ancient Egyptians were able to grow crops along the Nile River, and they used irrigation to water their fields. They also developed a plow, which made it easier to plant and harvest crops. These advancements allowed them to produce enough food to support a large population, and they were also able to use their surplus food to trade with other civilizations. The Egyptians also developed a writing system, which they used to keep track of their crops and livestock. This writing system eventually evolved into hieroglyphics, and it's still one of the most famous examples of ancient writing. The ancient Mesopotamians were another civilization that benefited from new technology. They were some of the first people to domesticate animals, and they also developed new tools, such as the wheel and the sailboat. These tools made it easier for them to transport goods, and they also helped them to expand their empires. The Mesopotamians also developed a legal system which helped to keep order in their society. They created one of the first known sets of laws, the Code of Hammurabi, which was inscribed on a black stone pillar. In conclusion, humans have always been able to adapt to their environment, and it's this adaptability that has allowed us to survive and thrive. From the earliest humans who used rocks as weapons to the development of agriculture and new technologies, each step has brought us closer to where we are today. Without the inventions and innovations of our ancestors, we wouldn't be able to live the way we do now.